We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Blake Grupe out and ready to send this away. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. Kickoff taken at the 3. And look at this return. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
Special teams always play an important role in ball games, and it does right here from the jump. That's going to give the offense terrific field position for this opening drive.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Opening play, and Dak's going to throw. And his first pass falls incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So 2nd down coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Dak now from the gun. Completed to his running back. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Saints grab it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. New set of downs for him from the 46. Carr starting with a throw. He beams one deep right side. Big gain downfield. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Williams will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
Well, I'm not even sure how this happens, Kate. All it took was falling forward, and they're in 3 feet. Instead, this is one of their biggest losses of the game, and if this series doesn't end in 6, well, they can have that play to thank for it.
Oh, trying forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys take over deep in their own territory, down inside the 10. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They've got a man in motion. From the gun is Prescott. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Pete Werner has it. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
And he'll get in. That gives him an 8-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Back to the air, Prescott after that pick. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. They'll run the counter. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
From the 33 on second down. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Shotgun handoff for Vaughn. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a gain of 4, and that brings us to the end of quarter number 1. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. Gay's kick is good. And that gets him back within 5.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Here comes Williams on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now.
3-3. Come on, set. Ready?
Handoff here for Miller. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Completes this one to Hill. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On the give, it's Miller. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. And it's the Saints, lined up with a 2nd and 8.
What now?
Carr setting to throw. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Carr throwing on 3rd. That's complete to Kamara. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. Working quickly here. On 4th down, Carr. He finds him beyond the marker. That'll be the 1st and more. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their 1st. Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go. Kamara is across the line for the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints grow their lead just before halftime. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Now the Saints to the line for another 2-point try. They'll try it on the ground. And right back into the end zone he goes. So one play, it's a touchdown. Then the next for 2, and he's extended their lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And he didn't strike that one true, Brock. It came down short of the landing zone he had to reach, so give them the football up at the 40.
Yeah, here we go. Right there.
First down, here's Dak. This is complete. Jalen Tolbert. Down the left sideline he goes. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys make it a 1-score game before halftime. The Cowboys offense remains on the field. They're going to line up and go for 2 here. And he reaches the end zone. That conversion cuts the lead down to 5. Well, not the way they drew it up, partner, but when it works, who cares? They didn't defend the check down throw, and it's open for 2.
I can still remember one of my first red zone days way back when. Touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. Now, I know it's not a touchdown, but this check down, well, it was a valuable 2 points.
And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Pistol snap to Carr. Got his target. It's Hill. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints grow their lead just before halftime. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns, too, just like he showed off.
Kick taken in here at the 17. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think?
Prescott here from the gun. That's Lamb running slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. There he goes, right sideline. And he makes the Hefco. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Second time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family